Lord, we are just so thankful for this time to get together, even though we can't get together in person. And I just thank you for this ministry that allows us just to slow down and really meditate on your word in a different way, maybe than we have meditated on it before. I just thank you for Diana and her willingness to um, shepherd us through this process. Thank you for all of these ladies, and thank you for your protection over all of us and our families. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Okay, so who has a place that they want to start, either with a show and tell, or I know that Pip had a question about something.
I gotta go get something. I'll be right back.
Okay.
We'll let Pip start.
I just had a question about printing. When we download templates
Okay.
and we go to print something, to get it printed to the right size, what's the easiest way to do that? I mean, I've kind of tried to figure it out on my own, and I've made it work, but I don't know if there's maybe a more streamlined way of doing it or not.
Okay.
That's a great question. Thank you.
Well, I have my printer. She's sizing it down. So if you have a regular journal, the original one that's like this is a 7x10 journal.
Mm-hmm.
So the templates that I have her preparing for that are 6.5 by 9.5. So they're just a little bit smaller than that page size. So that gives you enough room to do a cute little washi tape border around there. And then that way you have it just exactly cut to fit the page. And so if you're using that size, or either of the sizes, I printed out on cardstock, and I pulled this out because I don't remember the weight of it. It's 65 pound, just regular cardstock. And that just gives you a little bit more durability rather than just printing it out on copy paper. Because I have tried some with copy paper, and it just gets bubbles on it whenever you try to glue it onto the page.
Mm-hmm.
So then it'll print out like that. And it looks bigger than it actually is, but once you trim it, then it will fit the page.
Hey, that was the one. Show that one again, Diana.
This is the French.
That I did that one on the computer. So that is just a piece of clip art, or I think it was actually on the Mac. Maybe they have some different little symbol things you can use.
Right.
So you can pull in some stuff too, like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Diana, I love that paper cutter.
This is back from scrapbooking days, but
They're wonderful.
you can get them at Walmart or any one of the little craft stores.
Okay.
They're really inexpensive. I was surprised how expensive they
Well,
are.
I need one. So then you're going to.
This one has lasted me for years. I've had this probably 10, 15 years.
So now, are you trimming it to 6.5 by 9.5?
Okay, I have a one of those old-fashioned paper cutters, and it has the measurements on there, but you can just see I just eyeballed it.
Okay.
And I've got it set up whenever they do the templates for me. Like I create the templates or borrow people's creativity, like I did Mary Jo's, and then I send the original to her, and then my graphic person, and then she makes sure that it's within the confines.
So anything that we print now will work doing it that way, right?
Right, unless you pick one that is an 8.5 by 11, because I do have some people that like that size. They like it bigger because they have more space to write out, or they don't want to mess with the cutting process. So that's why I did the monthly journal and that 8.5 by 11, so people can download that and they just print it and they're good to go. And some people are just doing the templates and they're putting it in a page protector and putting in a 3-ring binder. So that's why that there's that 8.5 by 11 option. And so if you're in the online shop and you're ordering one of those, I don't have all of the templates that way yet, but you would just choose that 8.5 by 11, and then you just put your cardstock in your printer, you print it, and you're good to go. So you don't have to trim anything.
Okay.
But for most of the originals, it's set up to be this size. And then, Pip, I forget, do you have practice putting those in once you got it cut?
Did I do what?
Do you have practice putting it into your journal? I'll just run through it really quick.
Oh, yeah. Just by gluing it,
Yeah.
gluing it onto one of the
The
pages.
regular little regular glue stick.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just try to line it up so I've got a little, so it's even. And even if I haven't cut it real cleanly, you know, washi tape. that's what I use around the edges. And since I knew that you wanted a little sample of that, I pulled this one because I don't have it in this journal. And then look at this fun washi tape that I found.
Oh, cute.
It's little
Coffee
little
cups.
coffee cups.
Oh, yeah.
Cute.
So if you find something like that, and then you're just going to put that, well, it's a little wide. So if this is not down yet, see, this is all highly technical. So because I want that washi tape to show all the way on the bottom, I'm just going to move my template up to the top of the page.
So when I went to print the 31-day, the 30 and 31-day templates,
Okay.
because I was trying to kind of play around with the sizes and everything to get the right size, I think when I initially printed it, it printed on an 8 by 10, in an 8 by 10 size. But in my print options, I chose a different paper size, and that made it smaller.
Okay.
Also changing the formatting from landscape to portrait will change it. But I found that doing that, it actually cut some of the template off.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't sure. You know, I don't want to, if I choose the smaller, it's not really the 6.5 by 9.5. It's actually a smaller size than that. Like maybe a 5 by 7 is what it comes out to. So I really didn't want it that small either.
So did it come out that small because you reduced the size of it?
Yes.
So you don't have to reduce the size of it.
I didn't what?
You don't have to reduce the size of it manually, because the
Okay.
file itself for the regular templates you should be like that page that I showed you. That's 6.5 by 9.5.
Okay, so just don't mess with any of my settings
Right.
once I
It took me a
download.
long time to figure that out, Diana.
Sorry. Well, I was hoping that all that logistic work was done ahead of time for you, so that you could just literally, that's what I did this morning, is I printed that out, and it's sized for you just to trim around it and put in there.
Well, it'll help when you have them in 2 different sizes are available, you know, so for the people that have 2 different size books.
Right. I know, that's another layer.
I know. But that's really nice that you're doing that, though. That gives
Yeah,
that
it is
option.
nice.
Well, it just eliminates that extra step of having to trim it for some people if they just want to be able to put cardstock in their printer and just print however many they want. And then they have the option, like I said, you can put it in a page protector, or you can put it in the larger journal.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think that I should make a regular journal, the 8.5 by 11 size?
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be great.
I do too. I think it'd be easier for people.
And you could write, I mean, I'm having to really cram my writing in.
So you don't think this is too big to carry around?
No, we're old. We need the large print edition.
Yes.
Anyone who has a large print Bible should have a large print journal.
Right.
There you go. You're a matched pair.
Right.
Well, I will just advertise it as 8.5 by 11 or like regular size. I won't say it's the large print edition.
It's the senior version.
Well, and I think my printer can pretty easily adapt it for download. And that's kind of why I, just experimented with that a little bit, because I got some international Bible quilters that, the printout and the sizes and that is a little bit different for them. And shipping was just crazy expensive. Like it was going to cost as much to pay for shipping as the journal itself. So I might upsize it a little bit and have that as a download option for people.
Well, eventually what you might, this is going to make you crazy when I tell you this. You might, and I don't know if you have access to a comb binder, when they bind those with the comb type things on the ends. I don't have a comb one here, but you could show that. That's not a comb. That's a spiral. Comb is the plastic one that you'll see.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
If they have, those are real expensive. Real inexpensive. Not the binder thing isn't, but it's real inexpensive to get it done. So they can literally take it to a printer once they got all their pages, and once they printed out everything, or like a Kinko type thing, and just take it, and they'll bind it for them then if they're overseas.
Right. Well, and that's what I did with this one, because I have the printed month to month, but I added sermon note pages in here for my personal one. And once I had it set, I just took it back to my printer and they added that little coil. And you're right, Kinko's or FedEx, those places.
They're not very expensive. And it's, I know how to do, not that one, but I know how to do the other ones if I had the machine, but it's real fast, and it's, like I said, it'd be an option for people that are long distance, that mailing it's more expensive to get it mailed than it is than they're paying for it.
Okay. So while we're brainstorming, would you also like to have a version that is set up vertically like a regular journal?
I know some people that have done theirs that way. They just took blank ones and did it.
Mm-hmm.
And they just like doing it the way. I like it the way you have it, just because that comb isn't in the way when you're writing.
Yeah, it's not in the way. And I think I originally did it because you actually have more space to write left to right, which is really.
Well, I think you were setting it up too, where you could set it up on a counter.
Exactly.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So this would be the sample if you had a all set up vertically.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, you're going to have to come back to that every time.
Unless you're left-handed.
Yes. So what pages are you guys currently working on? Do you have a show and tell?
I'm kind of slow this summer.
I'm having to work on September's.
Yes.
On September. Oh, okay. Well, I'm just on 31 Days of Courage and trying to get Mason finished.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I'm just good to be able to get September done right now. So.
Yeah. So that's a sneak peek. That's going to be our topic for September.
September is what now? Trust. What about August?
I am working on that. That's going to be comfort.
Comfort. Okay. The reason I'm asking is because when I shop, I want to look for stickers and things like that. So
yeah,
I can start thinking about it.
Yeah. So right now I have a list of 50 passages, but if you have any favorites on comfort, let me know. And I'll whittle that down.
Okay.
Hey, Diana, would you send me the page for the 30 days where you write? They have just the scripture on it, so I can just type the scriptures into that and send it back to you.
Yeah, the reference list.
Mm-hmm, the reference list.
I can do that.
And you won't have to do it twice then.
Okay.
You know what? I don't know that y'all do this, but what I've done is when you sent me things like that, I keep them in a different place so that I can take them and copy them back on cardstock for the next one. But whatever it is like that I can like have to redo. So if I ever do another 30 days, then all I have to do is copy the original from just a regular piece of typing paper. I keep that in there. And
I'm not understanding what you're saying, Stephanie.
well, when she just asked for the template for the 30 days,
Mhm.
right?
Well, there's a list that it has all the references on it, showing
Right.
what I'm asking for.
Oh, okay. I thought when you do it,
No, it's that list. And so instead of me typing it just a thing, and she's going to have to retype it into that document, I'm just going to have her send me the document and I'll type it then, and then she just will have it ready to go.
okay. Yeah, I just have the blank document so that if I ever do another one, I've got it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
start doing it.
You know what I've been doing is when I get the list of the Bible references, while I'm on my computer, I go to Bible Hub and look them up, and then I just print it all out. So the Bible verse is already printed out right there by the reference.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's fancy.
That's good.
Well, it helps me. It eliminates a step.
I'm the cut and paste girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And then are you just printing out all of those verses to do a flip card set, or you're just using that as a like a big page of references?
Big page of references.
I'm using it as a big page of references because I'm still writing them out on my flip card. And backing up to something we were talking about earlier, just to save cardstock, we do have a heavy print paper that we use. And so I'm using print paper for my flip book. So
what is that called? Like, what's the weight of it?
I don't know. My husband bought it, but it's a little
like 90 pounds maybe.
I don't know. It's just a little bit heavier than what I'm used to, but it works great on those little flip books.
Okay.
This is what I'm talking about. I don't know how Fran does hers, but I'll just cut and paste the verse onto a Word document.
Yes.
As I'm looking them up, and then I just print them all out, and then I have my verses.
Right. And are you guys experimenting with different versions or translations of like the same verse?
Yeah, different versions.
Do you have a favorite?
Which version you mean?
Yeah.
Right now I'm using the New Living a lot in the ESV.
Yeah, that's what I use.
I use the three that I would probably use the most would be in the New American Standard and the New Living, and then also the New International. Because our church uses the New International, so that's why we.
Well, you know, I've memorized them all in the New American Standard, so
that's all I used for. That's what I used for.
Yeah,
probably 35 years, 40 years.
Right.
But I do like the New Living. I think it does a
too.
good job on some of the verses.
I do too.
Mm-hmm. So Fran, you had a question the other day about if you want to share a page, how do you do that? And I know it's confusing to some people because the Facebook is very interactive, and people just know Facebook from using that personally. But I've also got people that aren't on Facebook, so I'm trying to have that resource there so that they could literally go to look for ideas on B and find it there on the website. Do you want me to walk you guys through that?
Well, let me ask you a question first.
Sure.
When we share it on Facebook, does the whole world see it or just our group?
Just that group.
Okay.
So on Facebook, I have a page. So pages are public, and anybody can see that. So if somebody finds my Ordinary Threads page, they can look at anything that I have posted there. And I kind of go through the mental thing of, well, is this a group thing, or let me just throw it out there on the page. From the page, you can say visit the group and ask to be included. So anybody that is in that Facebook group, the Bible Quilt Journal group, that they have had to request to join that. And then usually I know them, or it says it's a friend of so-and-so, or, Stephanie invited that person. There's been very few that they just looked a little suspicious whenever I clicked them, and they're a member of like 1,500, but they've shared nothing. So the group is private, which is also, it's a little bit of an issue because you can't share from the group. because it kind of just stays in there. If you share, like you shared your B page the other day in the group, if somebody knows how to go in and like save that individual photo, they could do that, but they could not like forward that to anybody because you can't share out of the group. If you share it on the page, since that is public, you can share that. So part of my social media chain is if I want it to be like on all my social media, I will actually start with Instagram, and then I will share that to the page. And then on the page, then I can add little links back that you can't share in Instagram. And then I will share it from there into the group. And then once it's in the group, everybody can see it in there. And that's where we have more of our interaction.
So for me, it's not a privacy issue. It's just, I don't think my art is brag worthy. So I'm not necessarily wanting the whole world to see it.
But I love it when everybody shares because
Me
we
too.
all have
Yeah.
different handwriting. We all have different styles. And I think
Different
the more
ideas.
that we share, even if it's not a completed page or it's not a, oh my gosh, this is wonderful page, you know, that is allowing other people to see those different styles. And it helps other people feel like, okay, I can share that too. And it just kind of, it just shares ideas and gets, you know, people. I think ever since we have done this, women have, they get hung up on, I'm not creative, you know, and so that, I think that's just another variation of that, of not wanting to put yourself out there. But anyway, so that's the Facebook side of things. And then on the website, that is public and that is accessible from anybody, for anybody that just wants to Google it and find it or get ideas. And I do know that sometimes people get confused about, well, where did this come from, or where does she want me to put it? So we can experiment on here, and I can try to share my screen and go through the sharing process if you guys want to learn how to do that. Because Fran, you have done that on the website before.
Yes, I have. And then I'm not sure if I had trouble on Wix sharing. So we've really got 3 or 4 different places to share, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Wix is the website.
Okay. But sometimes
So
I just type the website into my computer.
Okay.
Because I've had I think I've had trouble on Wix getting my picture to come up.
So are you talking about when you're on your phone and you're using the app?
Yes, I can do that. But sometimes when I'm just on my laptop, I'll just type the website in the address bar.
Okay.
And go that way.
Okay. And so what you might be running into is if you are logged into the website, because again, the website is public. But if you want to comment or share something on there, you have to log in and become what they call a site member. And once you're a site member, when you want to share something, you have to log in. Like even I have to log in to share on that forum feature. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think I've kind of figured that out in the last few days that I'm not logged in.
Yeah.
And what about on Wix? Do I have to be logged in?
You have to be logged in to comment, or if you want to share a blog, like a little post there in the community boards, or if you want to share a photo.
Okay.
So let me experiment here, and I'm going to do share screen. I should have practiced this before. Yeah, it would go through all the settings. All right, plan B. I'll show you on my iPad. Oh, here's one. All right. So you guys know how to pin the video if you want to focus in on this. Let me turn off these lights, or otherwise you're going to have those little circles on there. Okay, and then I'm going to okay, does that help you if I do that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So Okay, is that good without the glare? Okay, so
Mhm.
this is the website, and you can see right now I am not logged in because that says log in. So looking at it now, I could just scroll through. You guys know how to find like the ABC pages.
Mm-hmm.
The BQ community that's the forum feature of the Wix platform. And then it has all of these different topics that you can go in. Like I post in the monthly Bible quilt, what the theme is and all of that. And then under the ABC Bible Quilt Journal menu, then you're going to get all of these. And I don't know if when you go in, it looks the same, but I have these pinned, like you can pin particular posts for setting up your tabs or how to navigate. Like I did a little video a while back to walk you through. And then you're just going to scroll through and say that we're going to look for B. And so then in this format, you can go through and you can read it. You can click on it, and it'll. So if you wanted to add that sample photo, see, and then these are. I went too fast. So I usually end these with a little just invitation to share some of your pages in the comments. So then this is a comment that Jeanette shared ideas for B words. And then Alice shared a page. And then Alice shared another page. And then Fran, see, you shared a page.
That was really good, Fran.
But that Alice, oh my goodness, her work is so pretty.
Yes. So then if you want to write a comment or share a picture, you're gonna go in there. And Mary Jo, is it okay if I share this?
Sure, you can share whatever you want.
Wait a second, except that's a C.
Press a C.
So since I've got that handy. So we're gonna go back to ABC, and then I'm gonna look for the C post. Try not to scroll too fast so I don't make you dizzy.
I think the more shares, the better.
Yes, because everybody has a different idea of how they're going to approach the page and how it's going to look on their color schemes. And there are pictures in here from I call this kind of a freestyle page where you just start at the top and add your blocks in. And then I usually try to share one from the printed journal. So you're starting with that letter on the page and kind of taking it from there. Okay, so then we're in the comments section, and Jeanette shared some ideas for C words. And
That looks like Stephanie's. Is that yours, Stephanie?
usually it has the name up at the top. There's not a name.
No, I don't think that's mine.
So Alice shared this one.
Oh, that's cute.
And then Tracy is a girl, and they're in that same little group. So then it comes to write a comment. And then you do done. So.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh,
Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
I that was that book that I did for my grandchildren that, they have a verse a week.
So Mary Jo, where do you find the clip art?
Just type in, we're getting ready to go off, Diana, so we're going to have to log back in.
Is it giving you time?
I just go and
I
type
would just say less
art,
than a minute.
Type in what?
free clip art. And because that's public domain, the free
Right.
clip art. You're not selling it. You're just going to use it for your own personal use. And then I just import it, like cut and paste it or
Right.
drag it over and import it.
Okay.
Kind of depends on your software on your computer, which if you have a Mac or if you have a PC, how you
But
do
there's
it.
so much clip art out there. How do you narrow it down?
Oh, I might put in,
He has an idea.
yeah, like I make Crayola-free clip art Crayolas or
Got it.
clip art rulers or, that type of deal.
So it's telling me we have less than a minute, but if we get cut off, if you want to just log back in, we'll just start over and then Mary Jo can finish.
Okay.
Do that. I'll
It
grab
will
that.
probably abruptly end us.
It's very abrupt.
Does anybody need to go?
No, I don't.
Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and end it and you guys log back in and we can take it from there. Okay?
Okay.